Let's do it. We're doing Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, Batman. Batman.
You had to finish it.
I was looking all over for my Batman sweatshirt for tonight, but couldn't find it. And you need a sweatshirt.
Oh.
It's getting cold, man.
Just lie. I heard you did find it, actually. Wait, isn't it? Did you check under your desk right now?
Oh, I'll put it on before the music ends.
Oh, phew. Yeah, I thought that's where you left it.
I have my Batman mask on too.
Oh wow, Larry, you're outdoing me here. I only have my Batman slippers and my Batman underwear, and
What about cape? You got your cape?
I got the wings. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're decked out. Hi, and welcome to Seattle's #1 comic book podcast, the podcast that is dedicated to the first issue of your next favorite comic. And I'm Larry.
I'm James. Oh, and I also have the utility belt, but it's all filled with candy.
Well, because it's Halloween. Butterfingers, Reese's, and candy corn.
Yeah, I wonder what Batman's favorite candy is.
I do have one issue of a Batman book where he's eating an ice cream cone.
Ice cream cone?
Yeah,
oh.
It's a pretty funny Batman.
That's a good one. It's not quite a candy bar, though. Can't put that in a utility belt.
Yeah. He probably has like a cold.
Yeah, he probably has like
cold
a refrigerated utility. Yeah, where the cold stuff goes.
Where's the cold stuff? Keeps the hot stuff hot and the cold stuff cold.
He's got to have like ice for your drink. That'd be cool in the utility belt.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And just
a couple ice cubes.
Just whip it out and my seltzer water is room temperature.
Ugh. Batman, pull out your utility belt.
All right. So before we get into the show tonight, James and I are talking about Flashpoint, Batman, Night of Vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
And this is under the banner of a Flashpoint story. And this is a big...
I'm only somewhat familiar with the concept of, but we'll run through that again when we get started.
This is a major spoiler alert. So if you didn't read along with us, you should have, because this is a good one and a very big spoiler at the end.
You know, Larry, I've actually been thinking about it recently, and I can see there being two kinds of listeners. You know, one who has read the book before, and one who hasn't. And I think if you haven't, and you're listening to the podcast, you gotta expect some spoilers.
Yeah, but we're still gonna give that spoiler alert because
exactly.
No,
I was just thinking about our audience out there and wondering who you are, audience member. How do you consume the podcast?
Yeah, hit us up on our.
I'd probably be lazy and listen to the podcast first.
Hit us up on the on our webpage SN1CBP and leave us a comment.
Or just tell Larry when you run into him at the grocery store.
Yeah, you'll see me. Ballard Market. Every Sunday. All right, so before we do that, before we talk about Flashpoint, Batman, Knights of Vengeance, I want to just hit everybody with a little recent and decent. Oh,
there we go. Let's hear it. What do you got, Larry?
All right, so this week, recent and decent, you and I did the first issue of this several months ago, but currently they are at issue 16. It's Paper Girls.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I really like Paper Girls. Let's see, what did I rank them?
Written by Brian K. Vaughan with art by Cliff Chang. This is issue 16.
Whoa, wait, what? So, I had Paper Girls as number 5 right now, but the one we read was Cliff Chang and Matt Wilson. You're saying Brian K. Vaughan stepped in on this?
No, Brian K. Vaughan from the beginning.
Oh, maybe I just wrote it down wrong.
Matt Wilson is a basketball player for the Celtics.
Good one.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm sure it's not.
It's Brian K. Vaughan and Cliff Chang. And if you remember the story, it's kind of a time-jumping story starring
Girl power.
4 girls who
crew.
are motley crew of these 4 girls who are actually paper delivery girls in Ohio, Stony
Yeah, they have a little
Brook,
bit of funky
Ohio,
attitude to 'em.
and they all have that cool attitude. And what is her?
They're each like separate characters, like pretty strong independent characters.
Right, and then Holly is
In appearance and in character, in like attitude.
yeah, I can't remember if you remember all the characters, but Holly.
Don't remember any of them.
Holly, so this particular issue, you're just going to have to believe that when they jump from one time zone to another time, they're eventually going to land in 1999 at New Year's in a shopping mall. And that's what happens here. But they get
over.
They
Oops,
get
out of time.
They get separated, and Holly actually has a flashback part of her story, which is really fun. And she gets picked up by the police because they think she's crazy because she's been jumping around in time, and it's a crazy night anyway because of the New Year's, the party of Y2K. So all of that's
in it.
It is very much part of it. So all of that is fueling this wackadoodle story. And here we go. Stay with me. Giant robots. Recent and decent. It's Paper Girls number 16. You should be reading it.
Larry, did you prepare for Y2K?
I went to like a cabin party on Anderson Island. It was fabulous.
Oh, are you serious? Anderson Island? My parents have a little beach house there.
Yeah, it was super
I go there
nice
all the time. Yeah, I love Anderson Island.
It was really dark, so I don't know if Y2K happened or not.
Oh, well, go in the sunset. That's the best.
It was really dark, and we were scared, but we got over it.
No, it's I always think actually my favorite part about being on the islands and the Sound is I just imagine like being a Native American here before like any white people came and just being like, this is the spot. Like I get all the food I need, just like go fishing for it and plant whatever I need, and I got the best view, and I'm swimming and taking a boat out.
Yeah,
that's all you need. You don't need electricity.
It's right out there. You don't need. What a great place for it to hit, right? We were out there with a bunch of fun friends, and we had, several half racks of Budweiser. We were set.
Yeah.
I brought a trifle.
As an electrician, or were you an electrician back then?
I was, and everybody really
was.
Was
a lot of business or something?
No, it didn't.
Oh,
I don't. Yeah, like, hook me up with that generator. I'm gonna need a generator.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it was scary at the time. I kind of remember being a little apprehensive.
Yeah.
All right, so check out the Paper Girls. Paper Girls number 16.
That was 17 years ago.
What? You were just a pup.
Yeah, I was 8.
All right, let's dive into this Flashpoint.
All right,
James.
So, can you start off by kind of explaining what Flashpoint is?
Now, on Comixology, you could get the Flashpoint was an event that was kicked off by the Flash, and I never read the entire series, but I read some of these offshoots. And so the Flashpoint is Barry Allen zips back into time, and he changes reality. He changes time. He's able to do that.
Does a little butterfly effect.
Yeah, he does a butterfly effect, and he does a butterfly effect here in this particular story. We'll get to it. Batman Night of Vengeance, where he flips the script, and we'll come back to that. But in the Flashpoint, he fixes it, but you can never quite fix it. Yeah. And if you really, really want to just jump into this, if you just want to dip your toe into this, there's a great DC animated movie called Flashpoint Paradox,
Oh yeah.
which puts all of this together, including this Batman Knights of Vengeance story, and it is awesome. I love those DC
Flashpoint
animated.
Paradise.
I love those DC animated movies, and this one
Yeah.
really did it. It's called
Is that
Flashpoint
one of the
Paradox.
better ones?
Uh,
Paradox or Paradise?
Paradox,
Oh, okay.
and it's I don't know,
Like two docs right next to each other.
yeah, a paradox.
That's the final scene.
And credits roll. But yeah, so that one does it great. And James is going to tell us what he thought of this story. And we didn't tell the listeners. We told them last week, but tonight's listeners, if you're new to the show, this is a first issue, but James and I read 3 issues because I wanted to finish the story.
Yeah, and yeah, me too, I guess.
Oh,
No, I wanted to do it, but it
I
was
twisted
more
his
reading
arm.
than usual.
I twisted, a little more reading than usual. So this is
That's fine
actually
with it.
3
This
issues.
this was not the worst Batman I've ever read.
Oh, I'm so happy
Not
you
even
said that.
close.
It's not the same Batman. James, tell me what I'm
No,
talking
this guy,
about.
he's got like a red circle on his chest.
Yeah, he's a little bit
behind his
different
back.
Batman.
Yeah, that's the first thing that tipped me off.
Well-
So let's describe like what our Batman looks like. Like,
You want to see Batman in costume or Batman in street clothes?
oh, good question. I think you're right. Those are kind of the two ways that you would see him. Well, let's start with our Batman on the cover. So he's definitely more like stout, like, Larry. He's got
This is my favorite Batman.
what
Whenever
does it look like?
whenever this Batman is talked about, this is my favorite Batman. We don't get enough of this Batman in the Batman world. But this
I like
Batman,
his shoulders. They're pointy like Jafar. He looks
Yeah.
like he's wearing like a Jafar type cape.
yeah, it's so cool. And the symbol is red. It's a red dot with the Batman insignia over the top of it. He's got hints of red. So black and red, that's my color scheme. I wear it all. I have black tennis shoes with red laces. That's my thing.
Me too. I like brown and red.
So this is black and red. It is awesome. But this is not Batman or Bruce Wayne. Spoiler alert if you didn't know who that was. This is
That's a spoiler. Oh man, you need to read the first page of Batman, I guess. Figure that one out.
yeah, you could be on you could have drifted off. You could have been living on Anderson Island since 1936.
Yeah.
Never
My
read
neighbor
over.
Ray.
So this is not our Bruce Wayne. This is Bruce's dad. An old Bruce, or an old Thomas Wayne.
When he gets called Thomas instead of Bruce. That's what tipped me off at first.
Oh, where did you see that? Oh, yeah. So this is in the first page of this is Thomas Wayne is actually being interviewed by or being what's it called, diagnosed by a psychiatrist to evaluated to see if he is mentally capable of keeping his casino license.
Yeah.
Hold on. Bruce Wayne's dad is a casino operator? Yes. And he looks a little, and he's really curt with this woman. He is.
Yeah, at first I was like, is this guy a bad guy that I'm not familiar with?
Yeah, because it doesn't really, but she doesn't call him. Maybe she does, but like you're. Yeah, I was a little thrown off too. I was like, who is this Wayne guy that she's talking to? Yeah. And Bruce Wayne just sort of puts her in her place, and
she says Dr. Wayne.
Dr. Wayne. And
was Bruce ever a doctor?
No, but his dad was.
Yeah, his dad was a doctor.
And
he was a doctor.
And she gives him the okay on the evaluation as she's going down in the private elevator. guess who's coming in the up in the other elevator? It's
Guy with
Penguin.
a monocle and he's real short.
Yeah.